There we go again. Swinging through the city so fast you could barely notice him. Wall crawler, you know what's after that? Friendly neighborhood, he's taking care of the habitat. Urban acrobat, don't know where he found the time. Fighting crime, humble beginnings, and now we fly high. Spidey says, superpower science kid. You don't think it's fair? I got the world's smallest violin. At the pinnacle, perched at the top. It's daily and it never stops. Hey, taking off the mask. Promise is still me. Ain't nothing changed. No, this is the real me. Need my city, you need me. A hero, not a vigilante. Taking off the mask, I know what you see. Know you want a neighbor like me. Cleaning up Queens NYC, and I do it even better with the tip.
Spectacular ultimate, he's amazing. Standing tall against any trouble he's facing. The guardian of Queens, not a fan of subtlety. When he's swinging through the streets, it's a superhero thing. Villains attack, so he attacks back. Now the whole city use the Go Spidey hashtag. That's really neighborhood pride in a red mask. He's just a neighborhood guy who still got class. He does the homework, then puts in more work. Got that Parker luck, but no one beats him on his home turf. Not A-N-E-R-D. The people in my city, they call me Spidey. When it's bad, I'm the one that's on the scene. I bet you kinda wish you had a neighbor like me.
Taking off the mask. Promise is still me. Ain't nothing changed, no, this is the real me. Need my city, you need me. A hero, not a vigilante. Taking off the mask, I know what you see. Know you want a neighbor like me. Just a young man cleaning up the streets, and I do it even better with the tape. Look out, everybody move to the left or the right, whatever you choose. Look out, everybody swing, webs up in the place when I do my thing. Look out, everybody move, don't stick to the wall, you know what to do. Look out, everybody swing, this the ultimate test, push it to the brink. I want to fight, that's a shocker. Y'all need an extra hand, call the doctor. You messing with a super duper wall crawler. I don't do it for the glory, I just do it for the honor.
I'm flying through the jungle and it's made of concrete. I go my own way, I'ma do my own thing. They wanna take the city, wanna take the whole thing. But I tell them no way, gotta go through me. Whole city inspired, but I can't take the cake. Cause I know not all heroes wear a cape.
Promise is still me. Ain't nothing changed, no, this is the real me. Need my city, you need me. A hero, not a vigilante. Taking off the mask, I know what you see. Know you want a neighbor like me. Just a young man cleaning up the streets, and I do it even better with the tape.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. So this episode of Marvel Monday is going to feature the Insomniac trailer for Marvel's Wolverine. Can I watch the trailer and do a little review and breakdown for you folks?
Been fighting longer than I can remember. I'd like to say I'm not a violent man. The trouble just has a way of finding me. But I'd be lying. I go. How far I run. Death's always waiting. Just not for me. Because I ain't no hero. I'm Wolverine.
So there's a lot to unpack here. So let's start with the beginning here. So this is definitely going to rated M. So this is Omega Red. Now, he was in another X-Men game way back in the day. I don't know what it was called. It's probably Origin Wolverine. Not the console version, but there was a Game Boy version or something. He was in that. So that's a nice little nod to his X-Force Weapon X days. So apparently this dropped during State of Play. They never released State of Play on time, so I didn't bother watching the stream. They say, oh, it's going to start at 5 o'clock, but then it starts at like 6:30 or something. So, pointless. It is nice to see that the Insomniac games are expanding a little bit beyond Spider-Man, which is kind of cool. I'm hoping that Venom game is still in the works because even though they lost, what's his name? I know they shot the footage and all that for the game. Because apparently there was tons of voice work that they actually didn't get to use in Spider-Man 2. So I know they got something for the Venom game, so I'm hoping that we're able to release it in the next couple of years. From what I've been hearing, this is not going to be a open world game, which is unfortunate. I know Wolverine travels a lot more than most heroes. And Spider-Man usually just stays in New York City. Wolverine always travels the globe, he's a loner and all that stuff. So it's nice they're playing into that. So they're showing Mystique here. Don't know why. It better not be to do that Mary Jane thing with the Spider-Man games. But I'm not really here for that, you know. Go Wolverine, I want to play Wolverine on Mystique. It's called Spider-Man, I want to play as freaking Mary Jane Watson or a little Star Trek blaster. This looks extremely bloody. I'm so down for it because about bloody time. There's like, no offense to kids or whatever, but like, these characters have been around for freaking decades, man. We gotta stop promoting these old ass characters to like 5-year-olds. It's honestly laughable to think that a freaking little ass kid would know anything about Wolverine at all. Any of his history or anything really. because the combat's already reminded me of that Wolverine game from I think it was on PS3, Origin Wolverine. This is extremely bloody. And it makes sense because he's got freaking metal claws popping out of his freaking forearms. There's knuckles. This makes you wonder why they centered him so much in the Fox X-Men movies, considering anybody that encounters Wolverine in a fight is not going to have their limbs attached afterwards. And so we got, is this Nimrod or just a regular Sentinel? Because it could be cool if they have a subplot there with Nimrod. So he showed up in the new animated X-Men show, 97 or whatever it's called. So I'm not really crazy about. For the original series, I didn't need this new one. Man, leave him alone. But this is Nimrod. This is going to be a really cool fight. You can get Colossus in this, get a little fastball special going. But yeah, that's I like it. I like it. I really do. Unfortunately, the problem with the state of play, they never release the stream on time, so I didn't bother watching the live stream. But this is looking pretty awesome. Favorite shot so far is probably Omega Red. Never thought I'd get to see that character again in any form, really. Here he is. Omega Red, right here. Classic yellow and blue suit. And they're out in the Canadian wild, I'm guessing. The Omega Red's a classic Wolverine villain. I think from X-Force, Weapon X days, I want to say. No Sabretooth. A little shocked by that, honestly. We can't have Wolverine without Sabretooth showing up at some point. So this is another classic look. Not crazy about his face, but it's a nitpick thing. I guess it's fine. I'll probably be wearing the yellow blue suit, so it won't really matter the other day. So it was cool. I'm just glad we finally got something because I've been waiting for a long time. Feels like for some news on this.
Way of finding me. But I'd be lying. Doesn't matter where I go.
Yeah, the combat looks identical to that Wolverine game from back in the day. The one that was on PS3. I think it was Origin Wolverine. The only other time that I've actually seen Wolverine do like Wolverine stuff is probably in that game. But it's not in the movies until Deadpool Wolverine or in that Logan film, which is actually fantastic. So this is a nice jeez. I remember when I used to I never worked at GameStop, but I've seen people go in and out of the store quite a bit, and Sometimes parents will buy unrated games for their kids without realizing what they're actually buying. If I was an employee at GameStop, there's no way I'll let a parent get this for a kid. There's no way. It's just the same argument I always have with myself about when I go to see a movie called Devil Wolverine. I see a kid half my age sitting in this seat a couple seats away. I'm like, is this for real? This is rated, just to get definitely rated out. So there's no way it's not. But it takes a certain level of maturity to deal with what Wolverine does. And I'm like, you got to be a certain age, or at least have someone monitoring what you're playing if you're under 18. The parents can do whatever they want. I'm just saying, like, this is going to be like the way Wolverine is supposed to be. I tell you right now. Because for the most part, they nailed Spider-Man and Insomniac games. The exception of that stupid Kingpin fight in the beginning of the first one, pretty much nailed him. But Wolverine is a whole different ballgame. So I'm just saying, like, maybe think twice before showing this to your like underage kid.
How far I run. That's always waiting. Just not for me.
I'm not entirely sure what this is. I was going to say Sentinel, but Sentinels are tall and purple, so. I mean, I hope there's no segments where he plays Mystique because that's going to annoy the crap out of me.
Because I ain't no hero. I'm Wolverine.
Yeah, this is probably Nimrod, if I had to guess. It's probably Nimrod. Because Nimrod is like the main sentinel that makes the others. And I think Nimrod is a sentient being. If I remember correctly, might be wrong. It looks pretty cool. Gotta say, it looks pretty cool. Yeah. I'm kind of curious if they're gonna have a crossover with Peter and Wolverine at some point now. If he goes back to New York City at some point, maybe we can see Peter Spider-Man swinging by or something. Because like I remember in the 90s, the X-Men and Spider-Man cartoons crossed over quite a bit. And that was probably one of the best parts of the 90s back in the day. This is exciting. I'm hoping that Venom game is still in the works. I'm a little disappointed if it's been scrapped. I know we lost the actor, but it's going to be cool. I think it could be really cool to have a Insomniac universe, game universe, with all these different characters. There's been tons of Easter eggs for other characters like Daredevil, Doctor Strange, Captain America. So you gotta wonder where these characters are in the Spider-Man games, especially after the first one. Dr. Octopus unleashed like a deadly virus across the city. That even worse than the second one with the symbiote invasion. Like, there's no way Captain America wouldn't be going to Peter. I'm like, hey, Peter, we gotta talk, kid. Or Stark or Doctor Strange or Fantastic Four or someone. So I'm kind of hoping that we do a little crossover with Wolverine and Spider-Man at some point. Peter, not the new kid. Maybe set up another Ultimate Alliance game or something. Those are fun back in the day. So I'm excited. I'm really excited. It's been a while since I've been excited for a new game, really. Because it's been kind of slow in the gaming world these days. You know, Dying Light 2, Dying Light the Beast came out. Metal Gear Solid, I gotta catch up on some of those. But so it's clear it's gonna be next year. I was hoping this would be like a Christmas release or something, but it'll probably release in the summertime. By end, I guess. It's gonna be a hard rate. This is like freaking Mortal Kombat Wolverine. This shot alone tells you everything you need to know.
I'd like to say I'm not a violent man. The trouble just has a way of finding me.
Jeez. So, yeah, this is gonna be really, really violent. I'm excited for that, and I think it's about time we finally got something for adults, like actual adults that have been around for a while. Because, yeah, I mentioned before, I'm like, I've seen parents at GameStop buy their kids and rated games that and don't realize what they're actually buying. I'm just saying, like, you know, GameStop is kind of going out of style these days anyway, but just be careful what you show your kids. Because if you show their kid this, kid's gonna be scarred for life. Just even if they can't grow up around comics and they're underage, I wouldn't recommend showing this to them. But this dropped during State of Play, as I said, mentioned earlier. Didn't bother watching the live stream because they never released it on time. Like in most Wolverine comics, he's usually on the run. He's either on the run or tracking down Sabretooth or something. So they're kind of playing into that. Into where he is right now. Probably Canada or something. Usually where it goes.
Doesn't matter where I go. fun.
And there's a cool shot of Mega Red. They've clashed a couple of times in the comics, from what I remember. I haven't really seen Omega Red recently, but this little glimpse alone gets me kind of excited to see how he's going to play into the story. Like I said, Wolverine's usually on the run in most of his comic book runs, where he just globetrotting and just comes across trouble. Like Omega Red one, if you can actually, I want to say they could do some damage to him, but obviously he's going to heal. So, still a little surprised no Sabretooth in this. A little disappointed by that, really. Like Sabretooth is like a given. Sabretooth is a Joker. Yeah, that's I'm excited. This is gonna be pretty good, I think. Probably gonna be overpriced, but what else is new these days?